animals. So the plants in this tank are from back to front, starting on the right side, or not, starting on the left side, Cryptocoryne, Wendtii, bronze, and then on the right there's Echinodorus, Altlandsberg. Throughout the back it's Hydrocotyle, Tripartita, SP Japan, and Sagittaria species, Ludwigia SP red, as you can see obviously it pops out, it's the only red in this entire tank other than Altlandsberg. Ludiwgia Inclinata variation tornado, which is partially floating around and it's way back in the back. I don't think you'll be able to see it. I just trimmed it down about a week ago, still regrowing. There's also Java moss, which is technically Taxiphyllum barbieri. That's in the corner right by the intake for the filter, and it's on one of the branches, or one of the roots for the aquascape, right there in the center of the screen. From there we've got what? Eleocharis, acicularis, which is dwarf hairgrass. Everything you see in the front, that little grassy strands and everything. To the left of that is Glossostigma Echinodorus. What? Did I say that right? Oh, sorry, elatinoides, something like that. I haven't really looked at the technical name in a while, but that's what that is right there. The plants that are floating around up there are some more Ludwigia red, like I said, the Inclinata tornado, and the giant little patches you see are Riccia Fluitans, also called the dwarf Riccia, the dwarf monywort, no, not monywort, the dwarf floating weed, something like that. It's got a really weird common name that I haven't actually heard that common, which is weird for a common name, but in those little patches are some growing pieces of, like I said, the Ludwigia and Glossostigma, Lilaeopsis Brasiliensis, which is the microsaurid that's in the tank, and the dwarf hairgrass, which are all growing in their immersed forms through the Riccia and like above the water, which is really nice. It takes forever for it to grow like that just because there isn't as much nutrients floating around in the water, but it looks really nice. I'll put some pictures up. I think I missed it in the mentioning of all the plants, but back there, if you can see it, right about there is the Lilaeopsis microsaurid. It's from a visual standpoint, it's basically a thicker version of hairgrass. It grows a lot slower, but if you can manage to get a field of it, it also really looks very, very nice. It's a bit of a lighter dark green than the hairgrass is, but both of them combined especially look just amazing. So moving on from the plants onto the fish, we've got in here my personal strain of Poecilia Reticulata, which are the guppies. The strain came from 2 tuxedo males, 2 black Moscow females, and 2 tuxedo females. I showed you in New Plants Big Hopes Part 2, but I'll throw up some pictures of the fry again. I'll zoom in on them. Hopefully I can get a good shot. Can't really see the colors from here, but yeah, they're kind of a black, red, yellow, and blue tuxedo guppies, if you can imagine that. Like I said, I'll throw some pictures up.
Feel so free, just believe we can come alive.
The fry came out really, really nice. Along with the guppies, we've got Otocinclus species, which are likely to be, I can't remember, I'll put it in the description, but they're the common strain of autos that you see around, and obviously they get mixed up because stores don't like to put scientific names on it, and then everybody gets all confused and strains get mixed together, and people really need to learn how to use scientific names. But also with those two are Dario, the Badis Dario, or they also called Scarlet Badis. If I can ever see them during tonight, I'll throw in some pictures of them, or I'll find some and I'll throw them in the video. But they are very, very small perchiforms, and you really don't see them that often. There are about 4 or 6 of them in the tank. There are 3 confirmed males. One of them is still debating, but if you get to see them when you watch this tank, it's kind of like that rare fish at the aquarium you see. It's really a special treat to find them. They usually just hide back in the crypts and don't just decide not to come out. But they've got some personality with them. In there with those guys are the Hasemania nana, the Silvertip Tetras, the orange guys, and the gray guys you see flashing around and fighting each other all the time. I've got 12 of them. 2 of them are female, and if I get one of my tanks up and running, I'm gonna try breeding these guys in the fish room. One thing I'm procrastinating on is catching the females and the male. It's just gonna take forever, but I know they've bred before. Sorry for that beep, I have no idea what that is. But they've bred before in this tank several times, like at least once a week. But obviously the eggs and any resulting fry just get eaten immediately by everything in the tank. So there's no way something's going to survive in this tank. Actually, the first day I bought them, the day after, when I was doing a water change, I noticed one single fry that survived, and I pulled it out before I got eaten by something. And unfortunately it didn't make it, but that just proves that they are in breeding condition almost all the time. Alright, moving on from the Silvertip Tetras, we have Neocaridina Heteropoda, which are the cherry shrimp. In this tank we have 2 main varieties and their crosses. We have Wild, which are brown with a lighter brown stripe down their back, and Realies, which are red, then clear, then red again. Their crosses come out either a brown with like a reddish hue to them, brown with clear with brown speckles, or like a classical cherry shrimp with a light brown stripe down their back. So I've got a lot of variety of shrimp in this tank. After the larger shrimp, we have Guppy species. They're little tiny crustaceans that live underneath the ground in the aqua soil. They do help clean up a little bit, but mostly they are just feeder shrimp for the guppies and the Dario. Population's kind of dwindling in this tank, so I'll have to restock it, but it's more of just a live food that's always in the tank in case I miss a couple days of feeding or something like that. After the Guppy, we have Melanoides Tripartita, which are more commonly known as the Malaysian trumpet snail. They are basically everywhere in this tank. They're very, very hard to miss if you look in this tank at any time of the day, especially if I turn the lights on after they've gone through the day cycle. They're nocturnal, so they come out during the night, and they're just everywhere. They're very, 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 very useful, especially in a tank where the soil is very, very deep, like mine. Basically, they go underground and they just move the substrate around. They help keep it aerated. They clean out dirt and leftover food from underneath, anything the plants haven't reached, and they're just big help. They're not super big on algae, but they do help, and they're a nice little addition. It's really fun to see them just like crawl out of the aqua soil when the food gets put in the tank. They just kind of appear, and you come back an hour later, there'll just be hundreds and hundreds of them. I think I'm going to put some assassin snails in there just to help deal with the population booming, but nice addition, very, very hardy snail. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. This is the Aquatic Master, signing out.